Guys, tell me in the comments below because I know I started off with what do you call it? A black screen, a dark screen, something. Tell me in the comments if you guys can hear me and see me. If you can see me, that's a good thing. If you can hear me, that's even better. So, what I need for many of you watching me right now is to see those two beautiful words loud and clear. Clear, no carabo. Is that what does that mean? Guys, I'm trying to read the comments here, and I will be with you directly, following you attentively from where? Loud and clear, somebody says. That is what we want to see. Those are the two words we want to see pop up on the screen because the moment those two words come up here, it means it's a go, it's a go, is what it is. Guys, let's talk about it. A few shout outs to you guys for a few seconds here. I'm not sure what that poor stage management by the organizers. The stage was too small. We're going to talk about it. Somebody says, Golden Voice, you're so sweet. You are just so listen. Is this a Mr. Points? Don't make me grow wings because I will fly straight out of here. Don't make me grow big headed because I won't fit through that door. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you for saying that. I'm so grateful. Candid. Guys, let's go ahead and have a conversation about this. As many of you know, last night I had the privilege. I really did. I had the privilege for the very first time. I went to this place called the Music Club. I've always heard about this, never been there. And the reason is very simple. You know, my wife and I, we don't go out much. We're very comfortable being at home. We're homebodies, you know. And so when this opportunity rolled around for me to go to this music club, I went there and I was impressed because it was very well organized. The thing that stuck out to me was that there were no kadas and there was no opportunity for kadas. The security detail at the music club is just so on point. It's amazing. They've got this section. There's a VVIP section, and then there's like a VVVVVVVIP section. You go up the stairs, and the stairs are lined with lights. When you get up there, you know they've got these real nice, comfortable couches, you know, and you sit there, and then they bring you this platter of all types of food. I mean, there's chicken, there's beef, there's sausage, there's potato, they're widgets for goodness sake, lettuce, everything you can think of is on that platter, and it comes with the price of admission to the section up top. So I get there, you know, and guess who I see walk through? Kiddist, Yomaps, his wife, walks in looking lovely as always. And, you know, I went over there and I said hello. She was very kind. I asked her, I said, how was Dubai? She said, it was fantastic. It was brilliant. That was the extent of my conversation with her. You know, we exchanged a few pleasantries and then she went off. And I watched the show. Of course, I was there to give a prize away, which my guys didn't show up. Only 2 people showed up that I could tell. So we've decided to rearrange this thing. We're gonna have a lunch deal where we give away the phone and stuff. They didn't only 2 people showed, but they were admitted into the premises. And watching the show, I the lights, the aesthetics of the place is just amazing. This is what we need in terms of entertainment. You need a really nice, secure place to go to. I don't think that your phone could get stolen there. I don't. It's very different from Hero Stadium, which is just full of nothing but criminals and cadas. Okay, let's just be honest. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. All right. It's very different from there's a place at East Park. It's got tell me in the comments. It's an outdoorsy event. It's got a stage up front and it's an outdoor event. I forget the name of the place. That is full of thieves, vagabonds, and crooks. Tell me in the comments. What's the name of the place? I know you guys know it. That's right. There it is. The Piazza. Oh, the Piazza is rife with criminality. Of course, I'm not saying the owners are criminals. What I'm saying is that their patrons are criminals. How do you know this? Well, I've been to the Piazza and I was robbed. Okay, so I know that firsthand. Very different from the music club. The music club has got a real tight security deal, and I appreciate that. So here, let's talk about Slap D. Now, I know there's been a bit of misinformation on the internet, as usual. Okay. Now, the issue here is that Slap D, the title of this section is Slap D falls. Look at that. I said of instead of off. I knew I had to. You see, I always go through this. I get ahead of myself. I get ahead of myself. It's 2 F's. For goodness sake. If we're going to do it, let's do it right. I'll get it right in a moment. Give me a second here. Boom. There it is. Is that it? Slap D falls off stage. Guys, there's misinformation out there. He did not collapse. There's a huge gargantuan difference between collapsing and falling. I'm going to help you. Stick with me. Here it is. I'll break it down for you. To collapse means to fall down as a result of an illness or injury. So if someone hits you on the head, you fall unconscious, you fall to the ground, to the floor, you've collapsed. If you've got a heart problem, you're walking, and then all of a sudden, boom, you hit the floor, you've collapsed. Collapsing means you fall down as a direct result or as a direct consequence of an illness or injury. Slap D did not collapse. What did he do? He fell. What's the definition of fall? To fall simply means to rapidly move from a higher level to a lower level. And yeah, you've seen the video. He's up there singing, he's doing his thing, he's doing some hot stuff on the stage, and then he steps and he's already tweeted about it. And let's be thankful that nothing terrible happened to him. Now, guys, you must understand, it happens to the best of them. I remember years ago, Jennifer Lopez fell off the stage. She was performing. Michael Jackson has performed on stage, and he would misstep and he fell. It happens to the best of them. But here's the key. Here's the key. When it comes to mistakes like that, falling off a stage is different from slipping on a stage. Okay, Michael Jackson used to famously say, "This is why we have rehearsal, people." Okay, Michael was very, very um, he was a stickler about rehearsing. You have to rehearse over and over and over and over again. And I think sometimes artists get into this mindset that look, if you've sung once, you've sung it 1,000 times. If you've performed on stage once, you've performed 1,000 times. No, rehearsals are important. And sometimes, of course, I'm not suggesting that Slap D didn't rehearse. I'm just saying that sometimes these artists they get into that mindset. They because they've been doing it for so long. I mean, it's that old adage. 10,000 hours. When you that's my phone. Where's my phone? Need to switch this off. And I knew it was gonna do this. Boom. Right. So so that's the thing. You have to rehearse. And when you're familiar with the territory, okay? When you're familiar with the landscape because you've rehearsed, you know the layout of the stage. Sometimes you will not make mistakes like that. You won't. And I must tell you guys, that could have potentially been terrible. I mean, Slap D could have fallen on his head and split his head wide open. Let's be thankful that didn't happen. And if he was much older, when you get to 50, 55, 57, if you take a tumble like that, I mean, that's it. Your hip's gone. You need hip replacement surgery. Your back's gone. Your shoulder's completely dislocated. But Slap D has the benefit of being a youthful guy and he's very fit. He's agile, he works out, he takes care of himself. So, really, to be honest with you, what saved him last night was the fact that Slap D he's fit. He takes care of himself. If he was like so and so, like who doesn't really do that. If I took a tumble like that, oh my goodness, I'd be in the UTH getting hip replacement surgery. Not that I haven't thought of taking care of myself. I used to do that when I was younger, but I need to get back into that. I need to get back into the gym. Did I ever tell you there was a time I was faithful at the gym when I was in my 20s, 30s? I was ripped. Did you know this? In my 20s, 30s, and early 40s. Oh my goodness, I'd walk through the corridor. People would look at me and say, "Who is this? Is this Rambo? Who is this?" Okay, I had to fight them off in those days. I mean, literally, fight them off. So guys, let's be thankful Slap D's okay. So Slap, and I'm so glad you tweeted that you're fine. Let's be thankful for that. Let's talk about this other thing. Antonio Mwanza's failed prediction on debt restructuring, on debt restructuring deal. Remember, there's this videotape that's swirling around when Antonio was part of the NPF, and they were riding high on the saddle. This was back when the NPF was the all. This was back when they thought that they were the almighty NPF, and they thought that the sun would never set on their empire. This was back when the NPF thought that they would rule and reign for 1,000 generations. You know, Antonio Mwanza is on record, and the internet never forgets. He was on the internet talking about how he was, and you see, this is the thing I don't like about politicians. I'm fine with disagreeing, but I don't like the fact that you sort of try to paint someone as utterly incompetent, which is what Antonio was trying to do. He was trying to suggest that Hakainde Hichilema was such an utter incompetent person that he would not be able to strike a debt restructuring deal with the IMF. Boom! Surprise! He's done it, and he's done it in your faces. And I think that right now the NPF should run through the streets with their tails in between their legs. An apology would be good. It would. Reaching, but it would be good. Okay, let's just agree on that. So, let me read a couple of your comments and then I'll bring this to a close. Somebody says, totally agree. Antonio is a disgrace. I think you mean a disgraced young man. Well, I don't think he's disgraced. I just think that, you know, that's what power does. Power clouds your judgment. It's like that old saying, power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. It's crazy. Right. Somebody says it's Slap D, sir. What did I say? It's Slap D. What did I say? What? Just put the D on there. Okay, I'm sorry I did that. I'm sorry. But you know who I'm talking about. Okay, whether I put the double E at the end, you know exactly who I'm talking. All right. Antonio Mwanza is, what did you say here? What are you saying? There's no comment on there. Bari wa kureka. Oh, Antonio Mwanza is a lost guy. Bali wa kuleta afya. Right. Absolutely. Well, hey guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. You go run.